I want to bring in our guest. Today's guest is my very good friend, celebrity party planner, event planner. We'll see what his title is. I just think he's amazing. His name is Randy Fuhrman, and he's been doing the best events, parties, weddings for celebrities, and just everything. Hi, Randy. How are you?
I'm great, Brian. How are you?
I'm just wonderful. Welcome to the Brian Darling Show.
Well, I'm happy to be back.
It's good to have you here. Now, the holidays are coming up, so I thought I'd better give you a call because there's a lot of darlings out there like me who we don't know how to cook. I don't know how. The first thing about throwing a party, and I'm on a budget. So
I can't talk to you then.
Now you say
I'm only kidding. I'm only kidding.
You say that you work with every budget, so
yes.
Let's start with value, and then we'll talk about all the opulent things that you've done as well.
Okay.
So, now Thanksgiving is coming up. I'm having a few people over to the house. I don't know the first thing about cooking a turkey or stuffing or any of that. What tips do you have for people like me who are challenged in that way?
Well, there's a couple things. If you really, really hate doing it and you don't want to, then go to like Whole Foods or go to a few different places that can do your dinners for you. It makes it so much easier on you. And then you aren't stressed out. You can pick it up. It's already done. But if you're going to do it yourself, you really have to do it with love. I mean, the food will reflect that. Like my stuffing, I start with Cubbinsons because it's a great stuffing to start with. It's a great foundation. And I saute mushrooms until they're golden brown. I flame them in cherry, and then I add celery and onions. My Thanksgiving is really traditional. I'm doing a Thanksgiving for Norman Lear this year. I'm very excited. And I have do you know who Dr. Christmas is?
Dr. Christmas. No, but I think I want to.
He does all the celebrities' Christmas trees and everything. I'm doing
Yes, I have heard.
Yeah, I'm doing a 300-person before Thanksgiving dinner. So that's going to be at the Max Factor Museum. So the thing to try to do is not stress out for the holidays. I think that's the most important thing. So it's really getting lists together, a list of who you're going to invite, a list of what you're going to do. Get your dry goods now. Don't wait till 2 or 3 days ahead of time so you don't have to wait in line forever. Get your fresh product 2 or 3 days ahead of time. It's just about being really, really organized. Get your platters out, label which platter you're going to use for what. Take your utensils out, make sure you have them. If you're concerned about doing all the food, then give each person a definite what you want. Don't leave it up in the air, so you can make sure that your meal's balanced and you have what you want at your meal. If you actually go online, my newsletter gives you every recipe I have. This time I have stuffing, turkey, a no-flour gravy done with the roasted vegetables, mashed potatoes, sweet potatoes with apricots and macadamia nuts. So you've got the whole thing. And then this year is very special. This year the Jews get to celebrate Thanksgiving on the same day. It won't happen for another 77,000 or 770,000 years again. So it's
now. How do you think that's going to change the dynamic actually of the day in Los Angeles? There's a very large Jewish population.
It is a lot. In fact, the Lears called me today and said, we need to shift it up. So originally I was going to do fish and turkey, and now I'm doing brisket and turkey.
Oh,
I'm doing potato latkes, but I'm going to do it with homemade applesauce with cranberries. So it's just, it's kind of coming with that little twist, making it a little bit more fun and a little different. So it's just kind of, and there's lots of recipes. Like there's doing rugula, that's a pecan pie rugula, very simple to do. So you just kind of have to look at those things and see how you can kind of change it up. My friends, this is the first year I haven't cooked for them. They're having 35 people, and I do all the cooking for them. This is the first year, and I can't say how many years I'm not going to be with them. So I said, please get yourself together. Order your rentals now. Please do your shopping list because I can't talk to you for the next 2 days before Thanksgiving because I'll be too busy. I won't be able to help you. So, one of the other things I talk about, Brian, is for my corporate clients and also my private friends, I say this is the time the food banks are so desperate for food right now because it's just they just don't have enough to feed everybody. So what I say is try to bring canned goods to any event you're going to, any gathering, whatever, and then donate
What a
them
great
because the food.
idea. What a great
Even
idea.
and in my newsletter also, I gave you. I think I have probably 13 to 15 food banks you can donate to. So I'm always trying to be conscious about the environment and how I can help other people. It's really about how to help each other, because if you don't look at that and kind of come up with something to help other people, then I don't know. That's why I feel I'm on the planet. I'm here to make things easier for people. I'm here to take care of people. I'm really blessed to do what I do because it's a fantasy for me. I get to live out my fantasy every day in doing things I love to do.
Well, and you're the best cook. Now, I've been on this weight loss journey, as you very well know.
And you look fabulous.
Oh, thank you. Thank you.
And you weren't
so
pulling
much.
teeth to get that. You do. You look great.
Aw. Well, I'm already getting a little apprehensive because I happen to know, and this, darlings, listen to this. This is a great gift idea. Randy Fuhrman makes, I swear to you, the world's best brownies. Brownies. Now, I happen to like the ones that have the Butterfingers on them or in them. Or
yeah. No, they're on them. I use peanut butter chips and dark chocolate, and then I use crushed Butterfinger for the topping.
Now, I want you to talk a little bit about these brownies. I know people can order them online, and I know you will ship them, yes? Are you shipping this year?
Well, if someone calls me and really wants them, I'll do it. I'm really not. I'm waiting till after the first year. We're really coming up. I've created a line of ice cream, and I'm looking to open a store. So I'm kind of backed away from it. But if someone really calls me and said, hey, do you have anything? Because I am baking, but I'm actually doing them for the parties most of the time. So I will ship. I'll do it if someone says, please. And not that I'm trying to be difficult. It's just that I'm doing so many things right now. In fact, I'm getting ready. I just registered my cookbook, which is going to be Cooking for the Brain Dead, a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 format.
Can I have a copy of that?
You will. So we're starting to write that. And so I've got a lot of irons in the fire, and I want to make sure we're going to revamp and like I redid my whole site. I'm now getting ready to redo my brownie and dessert site. So well, I'm kind of, it's there.
This guy is just absolutely everywhere. I almost think you're a little bit sort of like the boy version of Martha Stewart. You could walk into an empty room and have a consultation with a Bridezilla and just come up with a fairy tale wedding, and everybody's always happy. I've seen you in action. I've seen you work events with hundreds and hundreds of people in Beverly Hills and Hollywood and all over the place. You've got celebrities everywhere. What kind of pressure is that?
Well, for me, because I love what I do, it's really not pressure. Because I love what I do. If you need to be passionate about where you are in your life, about what you're doing in your career, and I've been doing this for 44 years now, so I've been really blessed. I mean, one of the weddings that you actually helped me with, which was Mindy's, I mean, that ended up on Oprah. So
that was the best wedding. Randy and I have a mutual friends named Mindy and Glenn. And what is it? Probably about 10 years ago now.
I think that it was just their 9th anniversary. I think not maybe 10.
Randy did this amazing wedding in their backyard in Newport Beach. There was 400 or 500 people there.
600 people, and I had to level the backyard because she kept on inviting people. So I had to bring in scaffolding to make the backyard level because we had no more room.
Yeah, we covered up the pool.
It was a major production.
Helicopters flew in. Oh no, that was another party. But this guy, I have seen this guy in action, darling. So if you're in LA, you're very lucky because Randy knows every single venue there is to know. He knows every rental company, everything. So if you're looking for that event to go off with a hitch, boys, girls, you're all starting to get married now. Randy Fuhrman is the guy to call.
Well, thank you. I mean, I travel too. I go in-state, out-of-state, out of country. I did South by Southwest in Austin on Paul Mitchell's estate, which was great. But I don't want it to scare people. I mean, I do things from 2 people to thousands. And I do work with budgets. I'm not, I was only kidding to begin with. It's about, when you're going to hire somebody, you really need to know your budget and what needs to come out of that budget, because it's not fair. Because if you're going to get bids, especially if you're going to be going to 2 or 3 people, you want to compare apples to apples. And if you don't give anybody a budget, then it's going to be all over the board. You won't know who's really giving you what for the type of money you're asking. And this way, it's so much easier to hire somebody because you can see what your value is when you look at everything that's being done.
Yeah, well, I have a little bit to add on the budget side. Back to this particular wedding, they did have a budget, and I worked with you very closely on that budget, right. And I was very impressed that, of course, you always plan for overages, and you get into the middle of decor, and then the client comes in and said, "Oh, I don't want carnations. I want rainbow-colored roses." That may cost more, but I was really impressed that you're able to stick into the budget, and really you take all that pressure off of the host. So all they really have to do is show up at their party, entertain their guests. They look like $1 million. Their party looks like $1 million. Everything goes off without a hitch.
It's about being the honored guest. It's really about the purpose of hiring me is to take everything away from you and let you have the experience. And that's my magic of listening to what you want and what you need, and then going and creating from there. And I think it's very important that you listen to what your clients need. What is their vision? What's their fantasy? And then creating it for them, and letting them enjoy the day with their family or friends, whatever it may be, so that they can have that memory and not be stressed out about the whole situation.
Now, what do you do when Bridezilla walks in like crazy? How do you
Well,
honestly, can I get a few little Randy tips from you? Like, how do you handle this?
I didn't have a bride, but I had a mother of the bride, and she was probably one of the hardest women I've ever worked for. And I sat with her and I said, why do you have to be so crazy? What is the purpose? I don't understand. You've worked with me for years. This is really your daughter's day. You really need to relax and support your daughter. Didn't really work. She was on a mission to be very uptight. But the wedding was more than anybody could have ever thought. It was beautiful. It was equally stunning as Mindy's. It was just different. It was done in a backyard, and the lighting was spectacular. I lit up the hillsides and the huge trees and everything that was in the yard. It was out in Calabasas, and it was just stunning. And it was a sit-down dinner, and did some great things. Smoked tomato soup with miniature grilled cheese sandwiches. The soup was served in little milk bottles, and actually you drank the soup out of the milk bottle. It was very, very sweet.
Oh my gosh.
Very special evening.
Hey, speaking of grilled cheese, have you ever seen that grilled cheese? Those food trucks?
Yes.
Have you ever seen that grilled cheese?
I've seen it. I've never tasted that, but I have seen it.
I got to tell you, and you have to just forget your diet for 1 second. But these food trucks are all over the place. I don't have
that. I have to keep my girth. I don't do that.
Well, especially in LA, we've got a lot of food trucks all over the place, and one of them happens to be, they've got everything from sushi to Kobe sliders. Well, there's one. It's a big yellow. It looks like a grilled cheese sandwich on wheels. Big piece of cheese. Right. If you ever see that grilled cheese, and I think you can go online and find them, and they tell you where they're going to be and stuff.
Yeah, you can find them. It's very easy to do that. You just go on and punch it in, and they'll tell you. They give you their schedule where they're going to be.
Well, that was just the most amazing thing. Now, Randy, you and I are both members at the Beverly Hills Chamber of Commerce.
We are.
And I've seen you a lot lately. Now, I missed this particular event, but you recently won an award.
I did. I won the Golden Palm Award for Business Excellence for Small Business, which is very funny because my friend Bobby Dawson, which owns Bobby Joy Cosmetics and Makeup, she was a chair. She asked me if I would produce it with her. And then all of a sudden I got nominated. Then I won. I was a finalist, and then I petitioned. You have to ask your friends to vote for you. And then I won.
Voted for you, Randy.
I appreciate it. So I designed my own invitation. I designed my own award. I designed the evening. I designed the entertainment. It was very funny because I really couldn't talk about it because I felt originally I was going to do this great campaign about, being able to produce this event, and I had to really play that down because I felt now they won the award, I didn't want anybody to kind of give me a hard time. Well, of course you won the award, you produced the event. And it wasn't that at all. I was nominated outside of the event. So
Oh, yes.
it was a beautiful event. It was on the roof at the L'Hermitage. It was really, really stunning. It was a beautiful evening.
That's a great venue, that L'Hermitage in Beverly Hills. It's
Right.
sort of tucked away. It's not a very large property. It's very intimate and exclusive.
You can only have 200 people on the roof. That's as many people you can get. So it's really tiny.
And there's a lot of nice venues in Beverly Hills. We've got the Lux right on Rodeo Drive. They have a rooftop.
Right. You have the London. The London has a great rooftop. That's a great one there.
Oh, that's up on the Sunset Strip. Yeah, right.
Right, and then you have the Beverly Hilton. There. You have the Beverly Hilton that has a great rooftop. Also, Beverly Hilton doesn't have the same view, though. I think the London has one of the best views.
I agree with you, because Sunset is sort of on the top of a hill. Yeah.
Right.
Well, we have so much fun, Randy, don't we? Going to all these parties in Beverly. See, now I don't have to create them and work at them. I just get to go to them. So I'm very fortunate in that way.
Well, there's lots of good things. I'm sitting. I don't know that you know about this. I'm sitting on the advisory board for the Lavender Effect. We're building a gay, lesbian, transgender museum. So that's
I want to hear all about that. Yes.
So absolutely. I mean, it's just starting. You can go to the Lavender Effect, and you can actually. We'd love you to sign up and become a follower and know what's going on. We're starting to fundraise. We're modeling it after Andy Sacker, which is the person that really founded this, is modeling it after the Skirball. Let's talk about something else. Let's talk about the the WeHo dog show that I'm producing with Bob Dupre and Marcy and Brian. That's going to be on April 14th at the San Vicente Park. It's going to be a great day. You can sign up, and we're going to have best lookalike, ugliest dog, best trick, meaning the dog, and it's going to be a great day. It's going to be a very, very fun day. It's going to be from about noon to 3 in the park. We'll have food trucks, and there'll be some booths there, and we're just starting to design it. We've got a great campaign that's going to be going around. You'll start seeing posters everywhere. It's going to be a lot of fun.
And lots of dogs.
Lots of dogs. My dog is actually one of... Where's your dog?
Speaking of dogs, I don't know. They're around here somewhere. Where's my production assistant? Come here, Ellie. Come on over here, Ellie. Well, I guess they don't want to talk today. Every once in a while, somebody jumps up on my lap. Unfortunately, it's just my dog. But
I was going to say.
But that's really exciting, Randy. What can't you do? There's nothing that you can't do.
Well, here's the thing. If you ever saw Who Killed the Babysitter, and with Christine Applegate, and she had a boss, and the boss always said, no matter what happens, if I look at you, say, I'm right on that, Rose, and what I say is, let me get back to you. And then if I can't do it, I will find a way to do it. The thing is here's the thing in life. You need to be a problem solver, not a problem maker. And when you become a problem solver, your life becomes much easier, because it means that it's like, I used to do events in 2 to 3 days for the Sassoons. And everybody said, how can you do that? And I said, because I just do it. It's like, you know what you're doing, you get it done. I mean, they can't have as many choices, but at least you just get the job done. So it's really about having a good time, making sure you take care of people, be a problem solver, and keep moving forward.
That's very good advice, especially if you're having a major life event, a wedding, a commitment ceremony.
Right.
It's very nice to do it all yourself, but you
got to back away, because the whole thing is, when you do everything yourself, you really don't get to enjoy it until about 10, 11 o'clock at night. When you're finally ready to be with people, people are ready to go home. And so now you're stuck doing the dishes. So
that's a very good point. You almost could miss your own experience.
You do. I would cook for everybody, and then I'd be so tired, I'd say, okay, just turn off the lights and close the door, I'm going to bed now. When I used to do a lot of entertaining at home. So it really takes a lot. You really have to be organized and hiring some staff. And you can find kids from high school. You don't have to spend a fortune on staff. You just need somebody in the kitchen to help you clean up and things like that, so you can have a better time.
Now, Randy, we're almost out of time. Now, you're
Okay.
local in Los Angeles.
I
And
am.
of course, we're going to post all of your contact information, and hopefully you'll send some exclusive recipes just for our darlings.
Sure.
I've got a lot
I'd
of
be happy
darlings
to.
out there. Where can we find you?
We'll go to www.randy, R-A-N-D-Y, Fuhrman, F-U-H-R-M-A-N, events.com. And when you go there, you can actually, the newsletter has just been up. You can look for the newsletter. You can sign up for the newsletter there. And you can start, because my newsletters are great. I normally do put recipes in. I put helpful hints. I actually talked about how to get yourself organized for the holidays, which we were just talking about. I really try to make it a user-friendly newsletter so that you can walk away saying, God, I can use the recipes. I can use the helpful hints. We have some great do-it-yourself projects for the holidays. So, and then like for when I do December, I will be doing things like how to make homemade eggnog, things along that line. So
Well,
it's about,
I know I've done some of those recipes. I can follow these recipes. So Randy is this is a great newsletter. It comes every month in my email. I don't get tons of spam or ads or anything.
Once a month.
Once a month, I get the newsletter. There's always an outlet for people to give back to, which that's such a great idea. You know, next time you're at the store, everybody, just buy a couple cans of something and take
Really?
it down to your food bank. You know, the government, they're all cutting all these budget cuts. Well, people still have to eat. And it just irks me in this country that there are people that in the richest country in the world that there are people going away hungry. So Randy,
one other thing
so
you can
much
do,
for
Brian,
that.
your extra food, take a sandwich, take a plate, the person you always see in the corner of the street, drive over there after dinner and give them some food. Give them some leftovers.
I think that's a very, very good piece of advice to go out on. So Randy, thanks so much for stopping by. I know you'll come back and talk to us again. We'll talk more about the dogs and all the stuff that you're doing. We'll go to your website. And, hey, have a very happy Thanksgiving. And I guess we get to say Happy Hanukkah, too.
Yes, and here's my dog. Hi, David, come here. Come here, David. Come here, come here. Come here, hurry up. Hurry up. We're almost out of time. Look. Here he is. Come here. Put your face over here. Come here. Come here. Come here. Come here. Come here.
Oh, I see a nose. I see a nose.
That's my dog.
Oh,
I don't have to bend over for him.
Stacey Williams is going to get a screenshot of that, and we're going to throw it all over Twitter. Randy kisses dog.
Hey,
no, we won't do that.
It doesn't bother me.
Thank you so much, Randy.
My pleasure.
It was so nice having you on, and we'll see you again next time.
And you look great, Brian. Keep it up.
Oh, thanks.